Welcome to the Mike and JD Show YouTube channel. Thank you for being here. I want you to do me a big favor before you check out this clip. I want you to hit the like button. I want you to throw in a comment and make sure you're a subscriber to this channel. And then I want you to share this video with your friends. Help us defeat the algorithm. And then if you like this content and you appreciate this content, please head over to patreon.com/the Mike and JD Show and support the show. That is how we actually get funded to be able to do this. So we thank you very much for being here. And now enjoy the clip.
Competition starting to get thick, it's the click, so I hope you work your A game. A made no rains on the track when we unite and spit. This is an A game, better bring your A game. Competition starting to get thick, it's the click, so I hope you work your A game. A made no rains on the track when we
Real quick, we only got a few minutes left. We spent a lot of time earlier bullshitting, so which we typically do. Last week, Jim Cornette and Brian Last, they told a story that they said that they couldn't say any names of, but that somebody at some point had knocked Chris Jericho out on the Jericho cruise, I guess the year prior. And Cassidy Haynes of bodyslam.net did some digging, did the research, asked the sources, and it turns out one MVP, the guy who had the altercation with Jericho, I guess a couple years ago, on an elevator, where Chris Jericho looked at MVP and said, "I don't fight jobbers." Well, MVP did not forget about that, went onto the Jericho cruise and knocked that motherfucker out. And that story is out. And MVP seemingly confirmed the story earlier today on Twitter by alluding to it. So that is hilarious.
Did Chris Jericho invite him on the cruise, or did this dude buy a ticket for the cruise specifically to knock Chris Jericho out? Because if so, that's commitment to wanting to punch a man, and I respect it.
Yeah. I mean, that's on-site stuff. Or did Jericho book him thinking that everything was cool, right? And then MVP's like, "Yeah, I'll take the booking," and then showed up, knocked the motherfucker out on his own boat. I don't know, whatever it is. Like, I'm down with like that kind of stuff, right? Because Jericho said some pretty awful shit to him, apparently.
Oh yeah. No, you don't say it to a human being. If he got a booking, if he got paid a booking fee and knocked the guy out who paid him, that's even better. Like,
he should go into the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, right? Like, Observer Hall of Fame, absolutely. Yeah.
The Observer. Yeah. And I like Chris Jericho. I don't have a problem with Chris Jericho.
Me either.
But if you're going to be a complete asshole like that and say some shit to somebody, you got to be expect to eat a fist once in a while.
You know, we talked about Mark Pickering, doing late night drunk Twitter rants. Chris Jericho does that, and he gets himself into trouble sometimes. And he picked the wrong guy to mess with, because MVP, he spent some time in jail. Like MVP is not a guy to mess with, man. And Chris Jericho messed with the wrong dude and got knocked out apparently. And Scotty Wrestling, IWGP Intercontinental Champion, yeah. He's one of the OGs of that title. I think he held that right before he went back he went to TNA. Kind of a crazy thing.
I think you're correct.
Yeah. So there's some rumors going around. I want to bring this up.
Let's do it. We'll go a little bit overtime.
Well, yeah, just a little bit. I do have BQ waiting for me. Me and BQ, we're going to actually we're going to do a podcast here pretty soon. We're going to do a Hard to Kill show. But so it looks like here, if you could see over here. So this is from Rover. He said there's a popular and legendary wrestler who wore a Q bracelet, QAnon, on air the last 2-3 weeks. One person noticed. Well, it looks like that person is one Jeff Jarrett right here. He is he owns a QAnon bracelet. Now that doesn't mean that he is attached to QAnon, but if you look, somebody had a link to what this actually meant, and the people that buy these things are they had a picture of it. So it's called Hippocrates Wellness. It is a wristband that has the Q on it, and apparently it protects you. Are you guys seeing this right here?
No.
Okay, hold on. Here, I'm gonna stop sharing here. And then I'm going to share the new screen that I just picked up. Sorry, guys. I'm learning this in real time. So this is the Quantum 3 wristband that Jared is wearing. It says Quantum 3 wristbands are made from high-performance silicone to allow our customers to enjoy round-the-clock cellular stabilization against negative effects of Wi-Fi, cell phones, and EMF. So that's what he's protecting himself from. It's stored in a wristband, a pocket, and okay, now it sounds like I'm reading it. So I'm sorry, I don't want to get in trouble with the bosses there. But he's wearing a QAnon that keeps protecting him from Wi-Fi and 5G, guys. Yeah, so that broke. Now I am susceptible to falling for some conspiracy stuff, right? We did a whole podcast about JFK, and John Muse is now sending me new alien stuff. And he's really fucking with me because I can't sleep now.
He is fucking with you.
I'm looking up alien stuff all night now. Like there was like a 10-foot tall alien in Brazil apparently, so I'm gonna have to look that up some more. But like Jarrett, QAnon, we doing this?
Chat me up, Jeff. Do you believe that the pizza place in Washington D.C. has a secret basement where they have? Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't even know what's crazier: the fact that he was wearing a QAnon bracelet on television, or the fact that it protects from 5G. I mean, like, I'm speechless. I'm absolutely speechless.
Well, needless to say, guys, I'm going to be monitoring this situation closely because this is the stuff that I like to talk about. Crazy people fascinate me, and I'm like, man, and that was the thing that I posted on Twitter earlier. It's like, look, while I am disappointed that Jeff Jarrett might be QAnon, I am not the least bit surprised.
No, I can't say it was surprised. If I heard if you say Jeff Jarrett is a QAnon guy, I kind of be like, well, he is friends with Brian James, who's very clearly nuts. So. Yeah. But I mean, like, I don't know. He comes off so likable.
Well, so that's the thing. People are complicated, right? People are complicated. They can, there's people in my life that I absolutely adore and love, right? And then there was one person that I'm just super close to, taking care of me my whole life, told me recently that they thought that the Maui fires were caused by space lasers ran by Democrats, and that they didn't burn anything with the color blue. Right. So like, and then we just stopped the conversation. And then exactly. Yeah. And I didn't look this up. I just like, okay. I love you anyway. You want to go get some pizza now? And then we just had pizza and we just moved on. And you know what? And she was so sweet the entire time. So like, that just happens. Right. So some people are they believe in some weird stuff.
You've blown my mind with 2 consecutive wild ass sentences. Yeah. I'm just sitting here. Only burned the color blue. That's
dude. I'm too afraid. I'm too afraid to look that up because I'm afraid of what happened to my Google history if I do. Right, it's gonna, something crazy is gonna come up. So I don't recommend anybody try that. Wow. Okay, and and lastly,
oh boy.
JD, I want your opinion on this. We'll end it with here. Do you think we should get Tony's phone away from him?
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, like a little bit unbecoming, right? Like because he's a public figure right now. Mike, who likes to be entertained on Twitter, I say give him a second cell phone, give him a few burner accounts, give him an extra laptop. Mike that's also getting his MBA, that's learning about business. Like maybe a little decorum, right? Now people are gonna be like, well, Vince did this. Okay, well, okay, yeah, that sucks too, guys. That's different. Like that sucks too, right? I'm not saying one is better than the other. One, clearly the crimes that Vince McMahon have been alleged are way worse. Okay, that is still bad, right? So nobody's saying that's not bad. So before anybody says that, go fuck yourself, because I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that this guy is kind of embarrassing himself a little bit. And poor Jinder Mahal and Hook are taking some strays, man, for no reason at all. It's like I didn't even know people were upset at the Hook match. I had no idea. but Tony's getting gotten to by dumb accounts on Twitter and social media nerds running the USA Network account. He needs to just probably give up his phone.
Yeah, I think that he needs to start. I know he's got burners. He should just use that stuff on his burner if he needs. Because sometimes I have a bad habit of doing this too. Sometimes where I'll just tweet or through it, or I'll just post something on Facebook, like just and there's no real reason for it, just because maybe you need to just get stuff off your chest. Like maybe you need to just go. That's why you got to use your burner, man. Like it's not. I know Dave will sit there and say too that he thinks that this is actually better for his brand because it gets people. I don't know. I don't like it. Like I thought it was stupid when Vince McMahon took out a spot in the New York Times in the New York Post to make fun of Ted Turner. Like I think that stuff's all dumb, and that's why you have a burner, man. You don't do
Yeah.
it on your public account.
Yeah, I'm all for pettiness for my entertainment, but if he were to ask me, right, if he were to, because I am a guy that's currently working on his master's in human resources. If they were to ask me, I'd be like, probably don't do that anymore.